Okay, so I'm going to glass this up. I'll cut all the glass, done a little video, got all the glass cut, everything's ready to go. I've got some gel coat, I've just got to catalyse, get that on. So that's all ready to go. There's some bits that I made the other week when I've done the other parts. Come out alright. Just little vent covers. Not bad, so no wax needed, just straight off of a bit of plastic and they pop right out. Nice finish on them. Just a bit of practice messing about. Don't know what I'll use them for yet, but there we go. Right, let's get this catalysed up and get cracking. Phone won't work with gloves. Okay, so I've got this catalysed. Brush. Let's get this on. I'm hoping I've mixed up enough, but if I haven't, never mind. We'll do a bit more. I don't want to waste a load of this. So basically just going to brush this around, smooth it out a little bit, spread it out so it's even. I've caught a bit of knocking up too much material, so I was trying to not do that this time. I tend to find the best way of doing it is to get it all on there as quick as you can and then spread it out so that it's even. All running off the ends, so just nice and easy. So now we've got a coating all over it. We'll just gently drag it around to even it out. If I do get a couple of bits missed, it don't matter. This isn't going to be a perfect finish. I've got to glass these bits into the boat and then I'll have to re-gel coat. It's all going to be painted anyway, you know, repainted, gel coated, whatnot once the boat's done. So there we go. That's one side done. I'll make life easier for filming, but I find if you get too much running down the ends off the edge of the board, it tends to cause it to stick and not want to release. So I've got some other bits I want to make as well. I've got some things I want to try out as moulds. I was going to bring them down and have them ready, but then it started raining and I thought, maybe I won't bother. Just in case I've got too much gel coat mixed up, I can get on with something else then. And I think I will have. I'm going to have a little bit left over, so I could have made me other parts, but I might go grab them while it's still usable before it goes off. Right, there we go, that's coated. Smoothed out, job's a good one. Just like that. I'm going to take this bit, just going to give that a little coating and then slap that into that corner and let it all go off a wee bit. That's got a cure. So we'll coat that up. Ain't got to be perfect, like I say, it's all going to be sanded again. Right, pop that in there. I've made this slightly longer than the mould. I'll cut it all down to size once it's finished. There we go. Now I can glass this bit, that bit up to it, and then 2 layers over the whole lot. Right, got to let that cure, so 20-30 minutes or so till it goes tacky, and then come back and do a bit of glass work. Right, so I find the easiest way to start with, pour some resin on, spread it out, get your glass on. I'm going to do this side first, then flip it, do the other side. Quite a lot on that first layer. Once you put your glass on there, it will soak it all up. Get it into that edge. So you pull this on quite a bit. Put plenty on there, because once I get the glass going on, that chop strand matting will drink it. It will all soak into the chop strand. Got to work that into there, and that will draw that resin up from underneath. Not worried about putting too much on, because I've got another couple of layers to go on yet, and that will all absorb through the lot. Just want to quickly get this on. Basically you work it along and get the air out, but I'm going to get the air out with a thin roller afterwards. Obviously if you see a bubble, work it across. There we go, right, that's one side done. Let's flip it. Other side, let's get that on there. The longer this is in the pot, the quicker it's going to go off as well, so get it out quickly. Only need to go up to that line, don't need to go any further than that. This line here, that's how big my part is, so get that on there like so. Next layer of glass. On there. Now that's all tapped out. See, there's no bits sticking out, no lumps and bumps. So we're ready to get the next bit on. We're going to need some more resin. Might pour that on. Get on both sides. Oh, picks up a little bit of crap there, look, get rid of that. Right, I need some more resin and I need my other layer on. Put my other next layer on there. That corner. Up to there. Make sure it's in the right place. Once I'm happy with it, tap it in. That will start drawing that resin through. I've got to get some more on there quickly. Okay, alright, mixed for a minute or so. You can see it's mixed, it changes colour. Right, same again. Pour it along the top, let it run down both sides. Spread it around with your brush gently. Don't want to pull the cloth about, pulling fibres all over the place. And you can tap it out. Side, same the other side. Excess there, that will squeeze out. Look, spread that around for the dry spots. You want to make sure it's all wet before you get your next layer on, because you don't want to trap a dry spot in there. Looking good. Dry on this end here. Better. Dry there. Alright, all good. So next layer, last one. I didn't mix up quite as much this time because I'm not going to need as much. There's already a lot of resin in there. And if I'm lucky, I'll have just enough to do my other bit that I wanted on the other mould. Okay, last sheet, drop that in. Doing that one, but I have to bring it down a bit. So it's all got to be trimmed to size anyway. It'll need cutting down. Okey-dokey, looking good. Got to work fast, because it'll start going off on me otherwise. So just tap it to that edge. Crap on the back of the mould so it don't sit flat, but what about that? Go, right, that's that done. Let's put it on here. There it goes off. I'll have enough of both. Oops. Mix up a little bit more if I do. I need it. We'll need a bit more. Just a little bit. I was hoping to have enough left over for both bits, but never mind. Right, the main focus is this part. We want to get that done. If that don't go off, then I'll do this after. We should have more than enough resin in here. Nice and gently, not looking for any pressure on it. Move that resin around where you need it. Pull out the excess. That's why I put the bag down as well, because any excess can run off the side. Loads of excess there, so we'll work that out, get rid of it. Got a little dry top up here, but that's because I'm going to trim that off along here anyway, so I'm not worried about wetting that out too much. I'll make sure I get the excess out of that corner, that radius there. And get the air out so that it's all stuck down nicely. And we'll flip this over, do the same on the other side. That will remove the last bit. Plenty of excess there, look. Put that out there. Draw on that corner there. There we go. Right. Roll that excess off. I'll take that out to that edge. That'll just crack off afterwards. Right, that there. Snuggle there. Okay. Beautiful. Oh. That's this going back in there. I might just do the next bit. A little out there. Cool. So I'm not pushing on this, it's just the weight of the roller. That little bead of excess resin coming out there. We don't need that, that's waste. You're better to have too much than not enough. But we don't need that much. I'll say I'll put plenty down and let it come through the glass. Works well. That's pretty much done really, so just work over it, just make sure I'm happy with it. But most important, just take your time. Don't rush it. Nice and gentle, take your time. All you got to do. Not rush it. You don't want to be moving this thing around like you're rolling the wall, you know what I mean? It's not how it works. You'll lift the glass up. Where I'm going into this corner, I'll tend to sometimes pull up a couple of snaggy bits anyway, but they start wrapping around your roller, sticking and pulling the glass around. Oh, happy with that. That little snaggies in there, but so it is. I think sometimes the more you try and get rid of them, the worse you make it. It'll all be sanded later anyway, so. There we go, done. Well, that's that bit done anyway. So I've just got that to finish. We'll do that on another video.